Hey there, it's Anonymous T, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So we are talking about Chloe Bailey, you guys, completely flopping. And I did a couple videos on this, and you guys came for me. You guys were like, Anonymous T, wait until the numbers come out. It's all about the numbers. Well, the numbers are out, and she sold, less than 10,000, units of her album, of her debut album. And we need to, really take this apart and analyze why this flopped so hard, right? And number one, I still stand by that Chloe was not ready to be a solo artist, and I feel like her sister Halle is actually going to have a better solo career than her sister, right? But I feel it was too soon, right? I feel it was too soon because they were just getting critically acclaimed from their last album, from their sophomore album, Ungodly Hour. And I felt that there should have been at least a couple more years for Chloe and Halle to really build up their fan base. And you gotta remember, they got big because of YouTube, right? They were YouTube stars, right? So, how we go from this certain image, right, to Chloe's complete, hypersexual image, during the pandemic, doing all of these, cover songs, but licking on a lollipop, but in lingerie, singing all seductively, all these songs. That was not the target audience of the people who support Chloe and Halle, and it's just been one bad decision after another. And pretty much most of the album is nothing but features, you guys. And there's an interlude or something at the beginning where she was talking about your man bleeping some other woman, and how do you feel about that? And I was like, no, this is inappropriate. This has nothing to do with anything. I don't know why she is, perpetuating this sexualized image, because it seems like on her part, she's not comfortable. It seems on her part that this is forced, right? And we all know she's on Beyonce's label. They are on a slave contract, you guys, because her and her sister, I believe the deal is for $1 million for 6 albums. She exposed how she's making no money from this contract, you guys, and they have put so much into Chloe, you guys. But the issue is none of the singles were popping, you guys. None of the singles were successful, so why they rushed to put out an album is beyond me. They should have went with an EP first to give you a sample of 4 or 5 decent songs, and left the Chris Brown track off there, left all these songs that did nothing on the charts, and really get back to the basics. And I understand that, Chloe likes to write songs and things of that nature, but maybe she needs to, bring in some professionals, bring in, The Dream, bring in Neo, bring in some people who know how to write a song, you guys. Get some, some tight beats from Dark Child or whatever, something, because even the track with Missy wasn't everything, and Missy doesn't miss, you guys. Missy Elliott doesn't miss, right? And I felt like this project was secret collabs that Beyonce wanted to do, but couldn't do because of her husband, right? That she probably wants to work with Future, but, isn't because of her husband, even though they took his song Drunk in Love, right? But, we have to go back to, who is, agreeing to all of this? Who is influencing Chloe to do all of this? Is she making these decisions herself? Or is this under the quote-unquote mentorship of Beyonce, you guys? And was Chloe sabotaged on purpose, you guys? Was she sabotaged on purpose so that there could not be another black female artist to take over the R&B game or whatever else, right? And that's the thing too, is Chloe's audience is not mainstream yet, right? It's not mainstream yet for her to be doing all these things. And those of you who are going to be in the comments and be like, Beyonce, Rihanna, Janet, all these black female solo artists all had a phase where they were doing the whole sex kitten era and everything else, and they were still successful. That was because they were already established. They were already established. They already had a fan base. They already had international people supporting their music, supporting their tours and everything else, so they could do the next phase and go the daring route or go a different direction. Chloe doesn't have that fan base, you guys, and some people are deluded into thinking that she does. And this is not somebody trying to be a hater, or it has nothing to do with her looks. It's just that the whole image that was perpetuated from going from this wholesome image to this, and from breaking out so quickly from, you know, the duo her and her sister were when they just were getting recognized, you guys, was too soon. Was absolutely too soon, you guys. So moving forward, I do not know, you know, what's going to happen, right? I know she's going to be going on tour. You would think she would be opening up for Beyonce, but I don't even know if that's happening. And for those of you who think that Beyonce has nothing to do with this, why was Beyonce's mom in one of Chloe's videos, you guys? There is all Beyonce's fingerprints on this, trying to make her a mini Beyonce, and it didn't work, you guys. It didn't work. You have to be your own identity. This is not the time anymore where you can just package up anybody and just throw them out there and expect success. That is not the time. These people have low attention spans this day and age in 2023, and they're not going to be purchasing your album if it's trash, right? Long gone are the days where people are just going to support you because of who you are. Only a few artists can get away with that, you guys. And those are artists who have been well established and have diehard fan bases that are going to hype them up no matter what. But for these new artists and for these people who are really trying to make an imprint into the industry, you're going to have to give the fans something that they can bop to. You're going to have to give the fans something that they're going to rock with. Otherwise, they're not going to support you. They're not going to stream your music, and you're going to flop, right? And so that is why it is not coming from a place of negativity or hatred or things of that nature. This is sound advice that it is always best to bring in your top writers and producers for a debut album so that it can succeed. Remember with Beyonce, when she originally was going to do a neo soul album and the song Work It Out completely flopped, right? Because she was trying to go off that whole Austin Powers, 70s vibe, and all that got scrapped. And she worked with Missy, she worked with Big Boy, she worked with all these heavy hitters for that first album, Luther Vandross. Worked with some people, worked with some legends on that album. And it's still my favorite album of hers, right? I still think it's Beyonce's best work because it is one of the few Beyonce albums you can listen to with zero skips. That's what you want when you have a solo album, you guys. When you have a breakout solo album and it's your debut or whatever, or sometimes it may take your sophomore or your third album to really burst into the scene, right? But whatever that breakout album is, all the songs on there are hits, whether they're released as singles or not, right? And that's what Chloe is missing, you guys. None of the songs on there were hits. None of the singles that were released were hits. And nobody's streaming it, right? So she has to go back to the drawing board. But these songs were not it, you guys. These songs were not it. These songs I could barely get through. These songs I never wanted to listen to again. And it was a completely deviation from what the core of Chloe and Halle was. And I still stand by, I think Halle's gonna have a better solo launch than Chloe, because it seems to be, whether it's Chloe, whether it's Beyonce or her people, and Beyonce's background singers were even on this album, like there's imprints of Beyonce all over it if you really do your proper research, right? Beyonce is all over this, and it flopped. It absolutely flopped. Ivy Park has flopped. Her, trying to run a record label is flopping. So, we have to go back to the drawing board, right? Honestly, the best thing for Chloe and Halle to do is to get out of this record contract. If we're keeping it a buck, they need to go to another label, because Beyonce is not going to help them succeed, right? because Beyonce still has an ego too, right? Beyonce still wants to be seen as, you know, the heavy hitter, still seeing, even though her star is fading, she still wants to be seen as the main attraction, you guys. And she does not want people to outshine her. And I think she was giving bad advice. I think she was giving bad advice on purpose so that Chloe couldn't succeed, you guys. And that they're going to continue to be indebted to Beyonce and work out these 6 albums and everything else. So, but it's all just a hot mess. I want the best for Chloe. I want her to succeed. That's why it's called Tough Love. That's why it's called Giving It to You Raw, Real, and Uncut. Because she needs to go back to the drawing board. This sex kitten image is not working. This provocative image is not working. These songs about sex and everything else, it's not working. It's not her lane. It's not her audience. She sounds forced. She sounds like she doesn't want to do it. And it comes off as try hard. So please take this advice and please go back to the basics and get some real heavy hitters to work on your music and write you hit music, hit songs, hit records that we can play again and again, right? So there's that. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.